Hello. Sorry about that black screen. I forgot to add myself to the stage. Never mind. I am here. I was just hiding behind a black screen. How are you all? Hello, love. Lovely to see you. Hi, Mariana. Lovely to see you too. How are we all? I am somewhat recovered, but it's been a rough week, actually. So the Wednesday after last week's call, I was gone in bed all day as it's been horrible. So I had to go see doctor in Holland, which is where we are now, and antibiotics. Anyway, all good now. Well, I say all good, mostly good. Yes, I am better. I am better. Thank you. Hello, P. Lovely to see you. Okay. So we've got should we leap in? So we have a question for love. Please may I receive general guidance for my path. Okay, let's put you center stage, love. Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to alter my position here and sit cross-legged. Oh, the person of my extreme age can sit cross-legged. I hope you're impressed. Right. Okay. This is for love. Please may I receive general guidance for my path. Yes. What is important that you know right now? Okay. I'm presuming they're the same things. Let's have a look. Okay, this is for love. Right. Okay. Oh, you got the Emperor, love. And the Emperor is telling you, in terms of general guidance for your path, and what is important that you know right now, because they are the same thing. And what's important right now is your ability to set boundaries and to be aware of boundaries. This is all about self-control and structure. Okay, so it's a really important card. It's not a popular card. So love, I think you read some tarot, don't you? So you'll know something about the Emperor card. And you may have heard me talk about my version of the Emperor card before. And it's important. And the message on this card is important, love, because let's just have a look at the symbolism, because it tells you what your guidance is. So cups in tarot refer to our emotion, our connection, our emotional connections, our intuitive connections. This is what cups, and they're represented by water. Okay. A hydro dam is man-made. So it's not created by the divine. It is a man-made structure made to a design, and that design is to make sure there is just enough water, not too much, because we don't want flooding on that side of the dam. We want enough water held in reserve so that we can get the job done. So in tarot terms, what that tells you, love, is it's really important that you manage the flow of emotion, manage your emotional position, take it out of the equation. You have just enough for you to make your life the way you want it. Okay, so emotions may be not working for you in regards to your decision making. So what this is telling you is to step back from the emotions. Don't disregard feeling, right? One true feeling. but go with logic, go with logic, go with discipline, go with the hard yards, right? There's your Emperor. You've got to get the structure in place to build the happy life that you want. All right. I hope that's good. That's a very good, strong card. I like it. I hope that works for you, my love. Good stuff. What else have we got? We've got Devansha. What's coming towards me? All right. Hello, Mariana. Lovely to see you here. So we've got Devansha. Devansha wants to know what is coming towards me. Now, normally I communicate that as what should I prepare for next? Okay. What should Devansha prepare for next? All right. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Well, not an awful lot. Because we've got the Four of Pentacles here. So it feels like not a lot really, because that's what the Seven of Pentacles is all about. It feels like there's nothing happening. It feels like it's a bit of a sort of like crickets. What? Now is not the time for. So now is not the time for things to be happening. Now is the time, though, for you to take a bit of stock and to understand that what you do, Devansha, in this will give you return on investment in the future. But it isn't the right time right now to get the harvest. So if Devansha, I don't know whether you read tarot or not, but on the traditional card, we've got a man standing there with leaning on a hoe. He's not doing any work now, and he's looking at the harvest. He's looking at what has grown from the fruits of his labor. And so what this is asking you to do is much the same. It's like return on investment over time. So what have you done and how has it played out? And then work out what you're going to do with regards to what that tells you. So this is a waiting game. So you're not getting the end result right now. And it's not an action-packed card. It's saying now is the time to step back, have a look at the crop, have a look at what's happening, what's happened, have a look at what you've got back from what you've done and invested in, and then basically look at that and go, okay, do I need to change things? Do I need to reinvest differently? Do I need to do more? Do I need to whatever it is, you're not going to get it now. It's in the future. Okay. But just because it might feel there's nothing happening now, that doesn't mean that there isn't. Right? It's time to tend the seeds. It's time to tend the soil. And how good you are at that, metaphorically speaking, will very much decide the quality of the crop that you get to harvest. Oh, we're going all metaphorical on you, Devansha, but that's the fact. That's what's coming towards you. That's what you should prepare for. This is a time of not a lot happening, but stuff that you could be doing within that time that's going to make a difference later on. Right? Interesting. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Good stuff. Mariana. Let me see. Hello, Maran. Nice to see you here. Okay, Mariana, what awaits me in August? Some more sunshine, we hope. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. What should Mariana prepare for in the month of August? Oh, that's quite nice. Just the Knight of Cups. This is quite a romantic vision in August. I would almost say it looks like, I don't know whether I'd call it a pilgrimage, but it looks like something that is certainly moving in the direction of a it's almost maybe a vocation. Maybe it's because we're in a Knight card, we're in active energy. So we are on a mission of some sort. And so August is going to be a really, really good time, Mariana, for you to pursue what makes you actually happy, and to decide what that is. What does happiness mean to you? What is your grand romantic vision, right? What is it? And it's important for you to do that, follow your bliss. So I would say, if there is a pilgrimage, and I know this is just me going off the bat a little bit, but if there is a pilgrimage that you can make, which takes you to a place that connects you with something you love, or something you want, or something you connects you, because we're in cups. If there is a pilgrimage of some sort, doesn't have to be religious, but it should be emotionally important. If you can do that in August, that would be great. That would really, really work well for you, because this is it's a month where you get to connect with maybe with a next stage, maybe with the next thing. And it's a romantic vision of some sort. It's emotional. I think that's going to be really important. So I would give some thought to that, and really, really take it seriously. Okay, have a think. See, maybe you've already got something planned, but if you haven't, I would seriously consider it. All right, that's good. That's very nice. We like that. That's rather lovely, isn't it? How are you doing, says P. I'm all right, sweetie. I'm better. I'm better than I was. It's been a rough week, to be fair. Yes, hello, Karen A. Yes, I am feeling better. I'm still on antibiotics, but which are making me a bit, I don't love being on antibiotics, if I'm honest, but I'm very grateful for them. So I'm not going to diss antibiotics, because I've got to be honest with you, within a day and a half of starting to take the antibiotics, the difference was obvious. So thank goodness. Who was the person? Do you know what? I'm so hopeless. My memory of history is awful. Karen A, you'll know this. Who's the person that invented antibiotics? Who was that? Come on, somebody Google it. Who was it? Jeff, do you know? Who invented antibiotics?
Alexander Fleming.
Alexander Fleming. Yes. That's not the guy that hosts Countdown, is it? Or Pointless?
No, that's Alexander Armstrong.
That's Alexander Armstrong.
It could be a different name.
No, not the guy that does Countdown, Janice. Alexander Fleming. The other one. Great. Lovely. I wonder if Alexander Fleming got his first result from his antibiotic thing and just went, thank you very much indeed. Which
I don't know what you're talking about, Janice.
If nobody watches Pointless, you will not have the foggiest idea what I'm talking about, and take that as a good thing. I only know because I've been living with my dad for the last 6 months, and he is a Pointless addict. So we go around saying, thank you very much indeed. Sorry. Alexander Fleming. Thank you, Alexander Fleming. Thank you for your work. We honor you. Okay, this is P. Prabha, do you see Mark replying to my messages eventually? I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. All right. Let's see what we can do. What is the best Prabha can expect from Mark with regards to him replying to her messages? Let's give it a month, shall we? What do you think, Prab? Should we give it a month? Over the next month, right? Right. Let's have a look. Oh, I know. No, I know. Let's ask it like this. What will Mark do? That's a better way of asking, isn't it? What will Mark do about replying to Prab's messages over the next month? What will Mark do? Let's see. Okay. Well, that's good. We've got the world. So it feels to me, so that the world is always the completion of a phase. And whatever this is, he's going to see it as being successful. So I think there is every possibility that you will get a reply at the end of a month, maybe. And whatever it is that has stopped him replying, I think that he has resolved it, or not replying has been successful in some way for him. So it brings everything full circle. Okay. So I think you should just hold hard there, Prab. But I think you will get some kind of reply from Mark. It doesn't say what the content of that reply is, but I don't know. I think that potentially that feels like a yes to me. That feels like a things coming full circle. Okay. And maybe in some way the beginning of a new phase of some sort, right? So I hope that's helpful to you. I hope that's okay. Let's see. Whoops. Okay. What have we got here? The Schumann resonance was on fire. I don't understand that, love. Could you the Schumann resonance? What's the Schumann resonance? You're clued into something that I am not aware of, and I immediately feel guilty that I don't know what the Schumann resonance is. Is that some sort of an energy frequency that has caused something, love? Tell me. Enlighten me. Sounds awfully exotic. The Schumann resonance. What is the Schumann resonance? I'm just going to hold my hands up and say I have no idea what that is. Okay. So Pooja would like a card while I wait for love to enlighten me on the Schumann resonance. See, if I was going to be sneaky, I would have Googled that under the table and then looked all knowledgeable. That's what I should have done. Okay, this is Pooja. Let's draw a card for Pooja. I've also got some messages I have to get through as well. So, but let's have a look. Okay. Okay, good. I like that. This is your guidance card, Pooja, and this is the 10 of Pentacles. So this is really, it's a very strong card. It's very, very good. And what it's asking you to do is to show up quite authoritatively. So I think you need to be focusing on how you get control of your life, your finances, your resources, your big picture, and learn about all of this. I think this is about you gaining mastery, learning in some way. That's the card doesn't the card, by the way, doesn't mean learning, but I think it's in there nonetheless because it's a guidance card, and I don't know, this is what I want to say to you. I think it's about you learning to be the King of Pentacles, which is learning to take control of all of the elements in your life which are going to make it the way you want to be it, from a kind of earthly capacity. So money, career, a feeling of opulence, a feeling that you're in control of your life and your destiny and your future. And I think it's really, really important that you spend this next month really drilling down on where you are with that, what you know about that, even to do with learning about business. And not that I think Pentacles is money, but money is in there for sure, right? It's looking at your overall experience of feeling enriched and feeling in control and having control over it in a good way, not in a sort of brutal kind of like do what I say way, but in other words, I've got the wheel, I know how to drive, right? So that's a very important card. I think that is a very important card for the next month, Pooja. I hope that helps. That's good. That's very good. It's very positive. Very positive. Okay, Maren, I would like a card of guidance for the month of August, of course. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look. Well, we've got the lovely Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is a card of expansion, and it's asking you to look beyond where you are now and really hone in to kind of what's out there, right? And what's important about this card is that it's very exploratory. It's not coming to any, it's not telling you that you need to come to any conclusions, but what it is telling you to do, it's almost like do your research, but it's all about growth and building. And so if we were to look at this through the suit of wands, because Maren is a tarot student, if we're going to look at this through the suit of wands, we could say we've had our inspiration in the one, we've then decided on a course of action in the two. Having decided on a course of action, we now have to explore what's there. And we have to explore beyond where we are. We have to expand our vision out and look at the opportunities and growth that's out there. We must do that, because that's going to give us good information. And as I say, it's not about necessarily needing to come to conclusions, but it is all about growth. And through that research, through that exploration, through that expansion, we learn more stuff, and we can make better decisions, and we can bring ourselves to the fore, which is a point of stabilization. So that's really good. I mean, there's nothing, it's not exactly a card of concrete, prepare for this, but it's more of using August as a transition month, I think. So that 3 will take you through August to the next stage, and it's that exploration that's going to do that. It's going to help you get to where you should be in September, I think. I hope that's okay, Mara. That's quite nice. We've got some quite nice positive cards tonight, haven't we? We're liking it. Okay, so what is this? What is this? I want to know what this frequency thing is. What is that? Yes, feeling good right now. What? Okay, I'm just looking. Yes, Alexander Fleming. Thank you, Karen. I know. I want to know what this frequency is. Oh, it's the Earth's electromagnetic field, kind of like the Earth's heartbeat. Oh, I say, look at that. Should we? That's great. Sometimes we are bombarded with high frequencies, and many people and animals can feel it. Yes, it could easily be that. It could also be that I caught a bug on the ferry and it was a bit low frequency. It could be that too. But I'm very happy to feel that it was the Earth's heartbeat, and that's I like that. I will look it up. I will look it up on the chart. 8 helps us to heal, also manifesting goes faster. Good. That's great. Yes, white is always crown chakra. So that's very true. Okay. So where are we here? Hello, Tracy. Yes. Gus is back to purring. Changing gear like a good one. All right, this is for Laura. Okay. Laura. Let's take a guidance card for Laura. So do you know, I'm gonna just to ring the changes. Let's ask Laura. Let's say for Laura, now is the time for, right? Now is the time for, Laura. This gives you a very clear indication of what is next. Now is the time for. Oh, well, we have death. We're not going to panic. We all know that death doesn't mean death as in death. What it means is change. So now is the time for change, Laura. Now look, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's negative at all. It just tells you that it is time for a new chapter of some sort. Now, sometimes when this card comes up, we are resisting that new chapter. We don't want the new chapter, and we are fighting it. But what this card tells you is that we need to kind of get with it and know that the new chapter is going to be better if we allow for it. Okay, so please don't be worried about the death card. It's just a question of it's cyclic. It's all about renewal. So this says, somebody described it. I read this. When did I read it? Oh, I know. Has anybody read The Barefoot Doctor? I really like The Barefoot Doctor. It's a sort of a modern day take on sort of Taoist philosophy. And he talks about the it talks about life and manifestation as being a dance with the universe. And that dance is, he calls the universe the universal dinner lady, right? Oh, I've got sun coming through here. The universal dinner lady. And I'm going to change my position a little bit. So the universal dinner lady is absolutely stunning and gorgeous and wonderful. And you shuffle up with your tray, and the universal dinner lady asks you what you want. And you say, well, I want everything. She said, you can have whatever you want, but first you have to help me clear tables. And I thought that was a lovely way of putting it, because that's what the death card is doing. It's clearing tables so that you can be brought a new feast of some sort. So if we can look at the death card as being a clearing, an energetic clearing, to make way for something better, for something, because you don't want to eat a new meal with all the old food on the table, do you? No, you don't. So look at this as a positive. Okay, your universal waiting staff are coming, and they are taking away all the old plates so they can bring you a new meal. So I hope that helps, Laura. I hope that's a nice way of looking at the death card, which perhaps brings it to life in a way which just makes it a bit more accessible, right? Because it is really, that's exactly what it is. Well, look, I've got a little sunbeam right on the bridge of my nose. I'm trying to move around so that the sun's going down here. We're sat outside a pancake restaurant in an area called, what was it? Zardam, which sounds like a superhero from a Spider-Man movie. And we've just been to the Mill Museum in Zardam. Who was it that was asking me last week where we were, and I couldn't remember, and it was in the Netherlands? It's Breda. We were in Breda last week when I did the live. So I don't know whether, was it, who's in the Netherlands? Is it you, love? Somebody's in the Netherlands. It was Breda. It's a very pretty little town, very nice. Did enjoy that very much. Okay, so we've got gorgeous. How nice. Okay, gorgeous. You can. I'm going to ask the same question for you, gorgeous. This is our question of the day. So for gorgeous, now is the time for, oh, that sun, it'll move in a minute. Now is the time for, let's have a look. Now is the time for. Ooh, interesting. So we have, we got the Eight of Wands. Now this is always an interesting card when it comes up, because it's basically a card of escalation. So this is, it's called the quickening. So everything appears from now into this next phase to be speeding up. And so it's like, so you're on a trajectory, you're on an energy slipstream, which has got its own energy. So this isn't an energy that can be stopped. It isn't an energy that can be changed. It is events in motion which have their own, which have a life of their own, right? So escalation is what we're looking at here. And the energy is getting faster, and it's going to, and this is what you have to lean into. So gorgeous, what I think this is asking you to do is to lean in to whatever it looks like is going on. Don't resist anything, just basically go with the flow, right? That's kind of important at the moment. Go with the flow. Now it's an interesting card because it's a card in tarot, and this is especially clear in the Rider-Waite, it's the only card in the Rider-Waite that doesn't have a person on it, because it's a disembodied force. So it's just literally pure energy. So whatever it is that's going on around you, you've got to let it play through. You can't resist it. Don't try and stop it, or try and reposition it, or try and make it what it isn't. Okay? It will get to a point, and then it will burn itself out, and you'll be in the next phase. And that next phase will look more positive. It's not a destination. It isn't. But you should know that whatever this energy slipstream is, it's going in the right direction. Okay, I truly feel that it's going in the right direction. So don't resist anything at the moment. Just literally let events lead the way. Don't push back, right? Just go with it. Allow things to go. And if you're dragging your feet, gorgeous, about something, don't drag your feet. Hurry up. This is a card of energy. It's a card of speed. It's a card of energy and motion. So if there's something that you're going slow on, get a move on. Speed it up. This is all about riding that energy slipstream, okay? No dawdling. No dawdling around now. Not a good time to dawdle. Interesting. See what that means to you. Let's see what that is. Okay, so let's have a look. So we've got Kendra here. Kendra, would it be beneficial for me to take 4 weeks leave from work? Okay, let's have a look. So let's take that away from being a yes or no, and let's ask, what will be the results for Kendra if she takes 4 weeks leave from work? What will be the results for Kendra if she takes 4 weeks leave from work? Okay, let's have a look. Well, probably on balance, yes. I don't think it solves whatever the problem is, but it certainly does seem to help you gain a bit of resilience, perhaps to regain your strength. It isn't going to do the job completely, though. We're in the 9, and so the 9 is telling you this hasn't played out, whatever the situation is. There's probably a bit more to come. Yes, I think so on balance, Kendra. I don't think it's a silver bullet, though. I don't think it's going to be the entire answer to whatever it is that's causing you to ask the question. And certainly when you get back from work, this card tells you that you're probably going to be still quite, feeling still a bit, punch drunk is the byword of this card, isn't it? A bit sort of still a bit, even a bit tired, maybe just a bit wary, and thinking, what's going to happen now? What's next? What should I be prepared for? All right. So yes, probably it allows you to regroup. It allows you to regain some strength, but please don't see it as being the ultimate answer, because I don't think it will. I think it's a deferral of something rather than a final answer. So let's see. Hope that helps, Kendra. I want to, before I go any further, I know I've got more messages here, but I've also got some messages. Okay, let me just quickly check in on WhatsApp. Right. Oh, no, that's not right. That's not WhatsApp. There we go. Right. So what have I got? Okay, so I've got Warren. Warren wants a card. Can Warren have a card message from Spirit tonight for August? Okay, let's put Warren up on the stage. Oops. Warren. Warren. Okay, can I? Okay, bear with me for August. Lovely. All right. And anyone that's new to the channel, by the way, I do a monthly group reading. Hold on. I've got to get. Hello, Amanda. Lovely to see you. I'm going to just, there we go. Let's just put Warren up on there. Hello, Nimira. Hello from the Netherlands. Yes. This is where we are. And Lauren's like, hey, we've got the Dutch contingent in tonight then. Awesome. That's perfect, isn't it? So Warren, you have to look out for Gus the Bus, guys, driving around the roads. You can't miss us. If you see us, knock on the door and say hi. Right. So this is for Warren. Warren wants a message from Spirit. Yes, so I do every month on the 1st, I put out a group message, a group reading for the month ahead. And that always has a message from Spirit at the end. And I have done that this month already, so I know what it says. You see? Okay, here we go. This is for Warren. Warren wants a message from Spirit for August for him, please. Page of Swords, Warren. So the message from Spirit to you is to be very investigative and to make sure you both find out information that is hidden, and also, because he's the spy, isn't he, really? He's the hacker. Look, you're going to hack in. Also, to keep to yourself anything you don't want seen. It's not the Seven of Swords. This is this guy is, he's hacking in to try and find out what he needs to know in order to head off stuff, or to prepare himself, or forewarned is forearmed, that kind of thing. So he, on more traditional cards, is shown as the battle scout. And so what he does is he goes off and he looks for where the problems might come. So he's very investigative about what might be a problem, where a problem might arise, what might cause a problem. If that comes out, will that cause a problem? What do we need to know? So this is really important for August, so that you're very tuned in to where the potential risks might come from. Also, you're going to have to be probably prepared for some pretty spiky communication. So because this is Page, we can assume that we are dealing with somebody maybe who is not particularly what's the word I'm looking for? Not particularly subtle in their language. They're not going to be very compassionate in their language. This is very spiky. So you know when teenagers get a bit mean and get a bit edgy, this is the kind of communication, edgy communication, which is naughty, right? It's not like that word naughty. It's just like pissed off and not helpful in its tone. So Warren, you're going to have to be prepared for that, right? And that might well be all. Look at where risk might come from. So watch the communication, watch the tone of communication, and don't let things escalate. If somebody's pressing buttons and trying to get a rise, whatever it is, keep your calm, right? Keep your powder dry and make sure you stay tuned in. So I hope that's useful, Warren. That's good. That is good. We like that. And we have Chetana as well. Let's do Chetana. It would always be good if I spell it right. Chetana wants to know. Now, Chetana, you've answered me 2 questions here, and I can't answer both of them with one card, but I'm just going to go with, is there anything significant, or what is significant in the near future? So let's just ask that, shall we? What is significant that that she should be aware of in the next month? Let's ask. Okay, let's have a look. Good. There you go. Yes, Amanda, you see that the gems are coming thick and fast tonight. Battle Scout, absolutely. All right. So this is for Chetana. I need to go back in the... That's it. And just go back a bit so I don't miss anyone. So we're going to do seminar next. All right. So this is for Chetana. What is significant that Chetana should be aware of for her and her family in the next month? Let's see. Well, nothing of much significance, Chetana, to be honest with you. We've got just a bit of a stalemate going on. So we've got this 2 of Swords here for you, and this tells you that that there are decisions which just aren't being made, and it's not that it's deliberate, right? So the 2 of Swords is an interesting energy because it's almost like a flat line where we're not going to do anything, because what if we go that way or if we go that way, it looks like a bit of a lose-lose situation. So we're not going to call it when we don't have enough feeling to really power us into deciding which way to go. And that's the problem with the 2 of Swords. Now, the problem here, as you can see, now the Rider-Waite version, for those of you who read Rider-Waite, it's a lovely, lovely card, and all of the symbolism is perfect. You have a woman sitting on a chair. She has her arms crossed. There are rocks in the water behind. Symbolically, absolutely perfect. I just wanted to simplify it down, and basically no one's making the next move. So this is where we have a skeleton because we've got no growth. So basically he's kind of passed away at the table because it's just you're not doing anything. You've got to make the next move. So life will respond. It's a dance. Do you remember the conversation about the dancing with the energetic dinner lady? If you want something more to happen, Chaitana, you've got to make a move. You've got to dance. You've got to dance with life. If you stand there on the sidelines, which is what this is, then life will go, okay, well, we'll wait for you, I guess. But you should know that you've got to come on the dance floor and you've got to take a step, right? So the problem is what's significant is you're not taking a step. And that's the problem. That's significant. So when you're not taking a step, life isn't taking a step back towards you. So it just feels like everything's kind of sat in no man's land and nothing is happening. And that is true. Nothing is happening, but nothing is happening because you're not taking a step. So you're going to have to just look at that and look at where you could take some action. As a family, for you and the family, what could you do to take some action to move things forward? Something bold, something that just is a thing, to break the deadlock. That's what needs to happen here. Okay, I hope that helps. That's quite strong, you know. That's quite. I'm talking to my phone here. Excuse me. I'm talking to my WhatsApp messages, like they can see me. It's quite strong. Chaitana, I'm going to presume you're actually going to be watching this when I'm actually speaking to you, not my disembodied phone. Okay, lovely, lovely. So we have, so Samina is new. Okay, what does Harris Zorn think about me? Will he contact me when he's married to somebody else? Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Mum. Okay, I'm presuming Mum is me. All right, I get it. That's fine. I'm happy to be Mum. All right, sorry, I was a little confused there, but that's fine. One of my younger reading clients once left a reading and said, oh, it's really lovely. It's like having a reading from my favorite gran. I understand it was supposed to be a compliment. So I'll take Mum. I'll take Mum in favour of Gran. I've also had Auntie. That would do better too than Gran. Okay, Harris Zorn. Okay. Samina. All right, I'm gonna have to sort of make this into one question, Samina. All right. So let's ask what you can expect from Harris regarding contacting you. Okay. Well, we've got the Three of Pentacles here. And I mean, in answer to all of those questions, it tells you that I think you need to manage your expectations a little bit, Samina. Whatever he feels is practical. So he isn't swept away on a romantic cloud, right? So that's, you need to know that first off. He's not swept away on a romantic cloud. He isn't going to, change anything of his existing situation with the other person. He may contact you. If he does contact you, it may not be immensely romantic. It's very practical. This is very practical. It's almost like there's a, this is the role you play in his life, and this is the role his wife plays in this life, and this is him in the middle, and he's going to maintain that, and that's going to stay in place. Okay, it's so I think potentially he might contact you, but I'm not sure that the contact will give you what you're actually looking for, because this is not a romantic thing, right? He doesn't see himself in love. He sees you as being a person who has a function. It's almost like you were work colleagues and he sees you in a certain place. So this is where you are, this is where he is, and we need to maintain that. We need to maintain that relationship. Okay, sweetie, I hope that helps. It's not a simple card, but it does tell you that this can't be changed. So I'd be mindful of the fact that there isn't a romantic ending here in this situation. So be careful with your emotions. Be very careful, right? I think you need to understand that his situation is not going to change. He's gonna maintain that, and that's that. That is immutable. All right. I hope that helps a bit. What have we got here? We've got Namira. Okay. So for Namira, what is it time for Namira? Let's have a look. This is our question of the day, Namira. What is it time for? Okay. All right. That's good. We can do that. Oops, hold on a second. Oh, good. Hello, Monica. Glad you made it. Okay, so Namira, this is your card. This is a difficult card. I mean, it's not a card of, it's not, when I say difficult, it's a little bit, it's a bit nuanced. So what this is telling you is your upcoming situation over the next month is going to be potentially, I just need to word this right. Right, let's just reverse a bit. Okay, so whatever happens this next month, you've got to be very careful that you don't bring the past and crap that's happened in the past into play in the present, right? Really important, because this is the aftermath of a battle, and this is two people, there's something happened, it's not been good, you're carrying some baggage with you from a previous situation which has not ended well, or not made you feel good or whatever, which is not fixable, right? It's not fixable. You can't fix it. It's done. It is what it is. So you're going to have to leave it in the field and walk away. Now, one of the messages of this card is you have to decide after this thing that happened, which is not great, right? This does not feel great. But you've got to literally just go, whatever this is can't be fixed. I need to just decide who I am in this. Who am I? What do I stand for? What's real for me? Without this being informing anything, without this negativity informing anything. Don't bring crap from the past with you to the future. If this is indeed something that comes about in the next month, same message. Don't take it with you, right? Understand what you can fix and what you can't fix, and what you can't fix, leave it behind. Don't treat it as a learning exercise, except in how to leave it behind. Don't take it with you. Don't make it a sign of how things are. Don't make it a lesson in how you should be moving forward. You've got to decide who you are and hold tight to that in a good and positive and strong way. Don't allow negativity to change your world. There's your message. Don't allow negativity to change your world and decide for you what life is and what isn't. Really important in the next month, Namira. Very important, right? Know who you are, know who you stand for, what you stand for. Okay? Hope that helps. That's quite a strong message for you, and something that you really do need to keep watchful this month. Very important. Okay? Oh, great. Okay, so we've also got okay, this is Aisha. Did the guy Omar Azar saw my photo, which we sent for arranged marriage to his father? Did he see the photo? Can I do that? I don't know, darling. Let me see if I can give you a definitive answer on that. That's a tricky one. I will do my best for you. All right? It's a tricky one to answer, but I will do my best. So let me ask what Omar Azhar. How can I ask it so that it's unambiguous? Challenge, isn't it? What is his awareness of your photo? Let's just ask that and see what comes up. What is Omar's awareness of your photo, Asia? Well, okay. So what we've got is the Seven of Cups, which tells me that his awareness is not concrete. So either two things have happened here. Either he has not seen the photo and so has no idea who you are, or he has seen the photo but isn't really very tuned into it at all. So he's just not focusing on it at all. Okay? He isn't, in fact, I would honestly say that he's not really tuned in to the idea of an arranged marriage at all. Because he's just off with the fairies, isn't he? So the Seven of Cups is where his thinking is not realistic. It's all over the shop. It's like, well, this might happen, and this might happen, and maybe this will happen, and maybe this will happen. So he's not focused on an arranged marriage. He's not focused on your photo, which he may or may not have seen. But the fact is, whether or not he's seen it isn't the point, Aisha. The point is that Omar is not really looking. He didn't, if he got it, he didn't really look at it. So this is not about you, Aisha. This is about him and how focused he is or isn't, which I think is closer to the point, on arranged marriage in general. So that would be what I would say. I would say don't hold your breath, sweetie, for him, because he's just not a reliable, it's just not reliable. There's nothing solid there at all. He doesn't know what he wants, right? Maybe he's thinking, well, I've got to get married, but maybe we could do this, or maybe I could do this, or maybe that, or maybe this. It's just all over the place. So I would keep him as an if but maybe. I wouldn't see him as a serious possibility. Certainly at the moment, I wouldn't. Right? Hope that helps. I know it's difficult. I do read for a couple of girls who are going through the arranged marriage thing, and it's just a whole other ball game. Okay. Right. Okay. What else do we have? Shall I answer one from my? I will. All right. I'm going to answer one from my list. Let me just look on my WhatsApp. Oh, what's this? Okay. I have Michael. Michael, I don't know if you're watching this or if you have Michael. Let me just make sure I'm spelling his name right. Michael Wookie. Okay. And so me and Emma haven't seen each other in a year. There seems to be signs that she is coming back in some form. Is it closure, clarity, or reconciliation? Oh, you're watching. Okay. All right. So let's have a look. So let's ask what you can expect from Emma. What can I expect from Emma? All right. Okay, Michael, let's have a look. Let me see if I can help you with that. All right. Closure, clarity, or reconciliation. Okay. All right. Let's have a look. Right, bear with me for a second. me just get this clear in my head. Well, I've got the Hanged Man here, Michael. What can you expect from the Hanged Man? So this seems to me to be her saying, maybe I have reevaluated things. I have a different perspective on things. So I think at very least you will get some clarity. It doesn't feel like closure, or at least not now. That doesn't mean it won't end up being closure, but not now. And what this tells you is that over time, I see things differently. So I think initially you've got to be looking at clarity. Does that mean reconciliation? I'm not sure. This card doesn't promise it, Michael. Okay, it doesn't promise it. But what it does tell you is that it will give you. I think it'll. I think, yeah, that. Well, okay. Now I'm thinking. Now I'm doing this. It feels like closure, but I perhaps in time. But that's not what the message is. I think the message is more what happened, talking. It just feels like a different perspective on things. What I think you've got to be aware of is that this doesn't promise a conclusion. It almost starts a new process. That's what this looks like. And it's going to be slow, Michael. Whatever this process is, it's going to be slow, right? And I think that's quite important. So I would be careful with the slowness of this. And what you don't want to be caught up with is a sort of a potential that never realizes. Because if we look at the Hanged Man, the Hanged Man is, well, you know, I'm thinking about things differently. I'm seeing things differently, but it's not tying up to me. I'm not getting an energy that grounds itself in the way that we would want to see if we were looking at a reconciliation. So anyway, it's probably a bit of a waffle, but I would just go careful with this. I would be interested and open to listen, but I wouldn't rush to conclusions about a classic happy ending here, because I'm not convinced that's where this is heading. All right, hope that helps. It's a bit of a complicated one, that, wasn't it, from the Hanged Man? I don't know if that helps. Okay, what else have we got? His dad told us today, no, he didn't. We didn't send him yet, but I'm not sure. It's been 1 week or so. Okay, well, so that was Aisha about the photo. His dad said they didn't send it yet. Okay, well, then he probably hasn't seen it, but that doesn't change the reading, Aisha. I think you have to. I think the whole thing is just very floaty and not reliable. So be careful here, right? We've got Tracy. Let me see. What have we got? My friends and I are thinking about starting an association of some sort, something we love. There are others similar, but there's no room for inclusion for outsiders or growth. Should we do it? Okay. All right. Let's have a look. Advice to Tracy about starting an association. Okay. Advice to Tracy about starting an association. Okay. So Three of Pentacles again. So this is, if anyone was just watching earlier, we had the Three of Pentacles with regards to a relationship reading, and now we're going to see it applied as regards to advice about starting an association. So this doesn't say no, Tracy. Obviously, you read tarot, so you're gonna understand that what this is telling you is that if you do start an association, you have to make sure that the people concerned have very specifically designed roles so that everybody knows what their job is, right? So it's very important that there's structure here and that there is an agreement right from the get-go as to who's going to do what and how and when, and really kind of nail it down, because this is contractual, isn't it? Everybody has their job to do. The one in the middle maybe is the leader, maybe this one's doing this job and this one's doing this job, and they don't intermix. So it is very practical. It's quite down to earth, being Pentacles, and it's important that you see it as a sort of job. So what it's not telling you to do is to be all fluffy bunny about it. So this is not aspirational. It's very down to earth. So which is fine. Which is absolutely fine. If it's going to work, it needs to be very boots on the ground, and it needs to be very, okay, this and this, and you're doing this, and I'm doing this, and otherwise, it's going to float. It isn't going to walk. So that's good. It's not saying no. It's saying sure, absolutely. But that's how to do it. That's how to make it successful. Hope that helps, Tracy. That's good. That's not a negative at all, I don't think. I think that's fine. I hope that helps and makes sense. Good. Yes, absolutely. What have we got here? We've got Crystal. Gosh, I've got lots of messages on my thing as well I've got to get to. So this is for Crystal. Crystal, what can I expect from my ex N? Does he want to reconcile? All right. Let's ask about N. All right. What is the best Crystal can expect from N regarding reconciliation? What is the best Crystal can expect from N regarding reconciliation? I'm not sure, Crystal, if I'm honest. Because strength there's no movement in strength, you see. It's just him toughing something out. So strength is just a bit of an immovable object, even though it feels a bit uncomfortable and he feels a bit buffeted, or, it's not like he's happy specifically. It doesn't look like he's in any trauma or in the depths of grief, but he is uncomfortable, but it's nothing he can't handle. And I think this is telling you that he's just going to tough it through. I'm not sure about him wanting to reconcile. This doesn't give me a clear yes, Crystal. If I'm honest, I would have trouble seeing a yes to reconciliation. There's no romance in this picture. And it's a very solitary energy. So the trouble is with a solitary energy, it doesn't involve anybody else in the picture. It's just a straight line, right? So my sweetie, I'm really sorry, but I think the answer has probably that's probably not going to be the way it's going to go. But that's okay. I think that's okay. All right. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. Okay. So what have I got here? I have Lucy M. Lucy M. who wants to know, does Adam feel the same? Yeah. Does Adam feel the same? Okay. So, Lucy. All right. How can I ask this? So, how does Adam define his feelings for Lucy? Should we ask it like that? How does Adam define his feelings for Lucy? How does Adam define his feelings for Lucy? Well, this is not, Lucy, a romantic card, as we've already established here before. This is the card of somebody who wants all of the elements in their life the way they want it to be. So that it's very much the kind of the king of the environment. So he's the king of resources, is what it is. And I think that he wants to be in charge of what makes him feel good. Maybe, if we're gonna look at all of the elements, so all of the resources in his life, whether that be girlfriend, whether that be job, whether that be friends, whether that be whatever that is, all of these things, I have made this life, I've made everything the way I want to make it. And you are a part of it. You are not, though, Lucy, the main event. If your question is a romantic one, I would be cautious to answer yes. I don't think there's a lack of feeling, but this is just not romantic enough. It's not heartfelt enough for me to answer yes to your question, because that's, I think, what you want. I think you want heartfelt. I think you want emotional. You want romantic. You want to be the main event, I think. And I don't think that's what Adam's going to do with your relationship. I don't think that's how he sees it. It's pentacles, it's down to earth, it's practical, it doesn't allow any of the other suits to take precedence. It's a compromise between all the other suits, and he's in charge of that compromise, and he makes sure it's as he likes it. So if you're not going to fit in with his plan, Lucy, then I'm afraid it's his plan that's going to win. So obviously I don't know how you feel, but in describing this about Adam, you're going to have to come to your own conclusion. All right? So I hope that I hope that's okay. I hope that makes sense to you and is helpful in some capacity. I hope that's okay. What else have I got? I've got Lolly. Who wants to know, will I move house this year? Okay, let's have a look for Lolly. Okay, let's see what we can do for Lolly. Okay. Oh, by the way, before I do Lolly's reading, did anybody who is any of the tarot readers on the call, did anyone try? I know you did, Karen, and I've got your email, and I will reply. I haven't been able to, darling, so was not compos mentis. But did anybody else try the Ace of Swords spread on the channel? Because that was a good and challenging one. I think you found it quite challenging, didn't you, Karen A? I think, if you're still here. Anyone else try it? I hope you did. It's quite a good one. And it was a spin-off thread from a spread that went up in the membership called the Emperor spread. Let's just pop you up there. We'll just put Lolly up in a minute. Yes, it was quite a challenge. Did you have a look at the Emperor spread, Karen A, in the membership, which it came from? That was also quite a gutsy one, I think. I did. So the Emperor spread was really interesting, and it hit me between the eyes. So I thought, so when you do a spread and you're looking at the spread, and there are aspects of the spread that either you challenge you or maybe you don't even understand, you can do a sub spread. You can make that card the center, and then you can build a set of questions around whatever it is that you're not sure about. And that's quite an interesting way to kind of, to go in deeper. It's always quite interesting. But I will reply to you, Karen A, about your spread. Okay, so Lolly wants to know, will she move house this year? Okay. What is the best Lolly can expect regarding moving house this year? What is the best Lolly can expect regarding moving house this year? Oh, we've got our lovely 7 of Cups back again. Lolly, my feeling will be no. Because what we don't have is we don't have any clear decision making actually making this a reality, darling. This is you thinking what you may or may not do. Maybe I will, maybe I'll go there, maybe that will happen, maybe that will happen. And the trouble is that what this is doing is just keeping you in this sort of land of fogginess, which isn't going to help you if you want to move house. If you want to move house, then you've got to call it, take action, and literally make it happen. And you've got to decide which of these options is a realistic path to walk down. Because at the moment there are too many tabs open on your browser, my darling, and you don't know which one to commit to. So that's important. So I would say, based on that, if it was a will I, the answer would be no. The answer to your problem is to ground your vision, decide what's real and what isn't. Okay. Am I sure the Emperor's spread is in the tarot chart? Well, you know what, Karen, it should be. And if I will go in and look, I am a little out of the loop. I have to admit, I thought it was, but that may have been a fever dream. Okay, I'll check, sweetie. I'll make sure it is. All right. So, Lolly, the answer is probably no, my darling. Not at the moment, I am afraid. Okay. Do we have any? What is the time now? It's 32. Okay. Lovely. All right. So what else have we got? I've got Andeep here. I want to do this one for Andeep. Okay, so Andy wants to know, will my prayers be answered? This is an interesting question. Thank you, darling. That's very kind of you. My hair color is an ever-changing thing. Okay. So, Andeep. Will Andeep's prayers be answered? Okay, what? All right. How will Andeep? No, I want to make sure we go in a bit deeper with this. How will Andeep see the answer to their prayers? Because that doesn't necessarily mean they're not being answered. But let's just see what Andeep will perceive as being their prayers being answered. And we're going to look in the next 2 months. Well, okay. So this can go either way. All right. This can go either way. So either, Andeep, yes, your prayers will be answered. I think the answer is yes, but perhaps not in the way that you think, because what we've got in the next couple of months is you reevaluating everything and almost like making a new start. So this is almost like being born again. So I think that is a result of your prayers. I think that is a result of your prayers. Now, it may not be that what you were praying for exactly, it's not the picture that you thought it would be. But whatever this is, whatever happens here with you making this new start, having a complete rethink, beginning again, I think that is good, because what we've got here is wisdom. So I think this is you being guided in the right direction, Andeep. That's what I think this is. This is you being guided in the right direction. So I think yes. I think you need to be open for those answers to come in a different, perhaps as a different answer to the one that you thought it was going to be, right? Because you think it's going to be one thing, and I think it's going to actually answer your prayers in a different way, but it will work out well, I think, ultimately. All right, good, cool. That was a good one. I like that. Would like to know How I can ask a question from one card. Well, okay, love. We'll do as you were first in the call. We'll do do you want to ask a specific question, love, or do you just want me to take a card for you? Just type it in the chat. If you want to ask a question, you can. Okay, so just pop a question in the chat then, that's fine. Let me just check my WhatsApp. I've just had a new message up. Okay, okay, right. So oh gosh, Monica, that's a difficult one. All right. So, Monica, I will do your question after love. I will attempt to answer that with one card. That is not easy, but I will do my best for you. Okay, love, will I get a job with LA Fitness? I've been keeping in touch with them. Okay, let's have a look. Love me, not love. Oh, sorry. I'm saying you were first on the chat. You weren't first on the chat because we have love on the chat. Now we have love me. So I'm sorry, love, original love. I didn't mean to mistake you for somebody else. All right. Will love me get a job at LA Fitness? Let me have a look at that. So what should love me prepare for regarding getting a job at LA Fitness? Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Well, I think the answer is probably ultimately yes. It feels to me that they're going to want more from you, though, or maybe they'll want you to try out, or it's conditional on something. Ultimately, I think the answer is probably yes. If you do this right, the answer is a positive one. But you do need to. There's something here they want from you. There's something here. It's like there's your boy and your biscuit, right? So there'll be a gatekeeper, and that gatekeeper is going to say, well, we need you to do this, or we need you to do this thing. Maybe we need you to do some training, or we need you to have completed this, or there's something that they will want you to do. And as long as you do that, then I think the answer is yes. So it isn't just a yes. It has to be do what they want. Okay, that's good. Good though, huh? I think that's a yes. Excellent. All right. I have a question here from Monica. Now, Monica, I've got one card here, and this is a tricky one. So Monica's question is, I'm going to travel. Should I come right back home or make one other trip to see family? All right, let's just see. Monica, should I come straight home or detour to see uncle? All right. Woo. Oh. You're testing me tonight, Monica. You're testing me. Should I come straight home or detour to see uncle? All right, let's pick a side. advice to Monica about detouring to see Uncle. That'll cover it, won't it? We can do that. Advice to Monica about detouring to see Uncle. Okay. Yes, I think you should. This is a compromise, isn't it? So it's very practical, right? So if it had been Go Straight Home, I would have expected to have seen something very strategic, something very like, yes, just it's like a, you know, to take action card, just a very straightforward, do this card, whatever it was. I would expected to have seen a certain energy. If this is an advice on detouring to go and see Uncle, this is practical. This is like a little bit of emotion, a little bit of it's just like taking care of business, isn't it? And if that is the guidance regarding going and seeing your uncle, well, to be honest with you, this feels like a yes to me. It feels like a bit of a compromise situation, but nice, fine, good. Detour to see the uncle with my blessing, Monica. I think that is a good thing. That feels to me to be the right answer. I don't know what the house thinks. Do we agree? Tarot Hive Mind, do we agree that the Queen of Pentacles says yes, detour? Let's all join in for Monica. Let's give Monica a group reading. What do we think? Ladies and gents, it's quite fun, this, wouldn't it? We should throw it out into the house and bring everybody on board and say, what do you think, guys? What do you think? Yes, Karen agrees. What do you think, Tracy? And Love, also, you're a tarot reader. Amanda, I don't know whether you're still in the house. What do you think, peoples? I think, and Karen A thinks that you should detour and that will be fine. It doesn't feel urgent, really. It doesn't feel like it just feels like it's very practical and down to earth. Yes, Maren. Yes, I think so. That's how it feels to me as well. Visit the uncle is a practical compromise. Here we go. So the girls are behind me. You've got no excuses, Monica. No excuses now for not going. I know you've not been sure, but we're removing all of your escape routes. All right. Great stuff. Good stuff. All right. So, yes, I think we would have seen very different energy if it had been Go Straight Home. It doesn't feel like Go Straight Home to me. I don't think so. Okay, so I'm going to just do one more. So if I have a question from the house, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to do one from my list. I've got a couple on here, but I'm not going to do them all. I can do this one for Jacob. That's all right, Monica, no problem. All right, so let's have a look. I'm going to do this one for Jacob. Okay, hold on. This is for Jacob, and Jacob wants to know, will my luck change soon? Wow. Okay. Will my luck change soon? So this is interesting, isn't it? These questions, because they're quite open-ended, and they don't give us any context at all. They don't. I mean, maybe Jacob's having amazing luck and he's just worried that it isn't going to last. I don't think that is in fact the case, but it could be. But let's ask. So, what should Jacob prepare for regarding his perceived luck? I want to, it's the most gorgeous pink sky out there. Sorry, I'm easily distractible. That's a beautiful sky. Gosh, how nice. A beautiful pink Dutch sky. Dutch people on the call, can you see the pink sky? If you're still here, you're all outside looking at the sunset. Right. I don't want to leave Jacob with a fait accompli. I don't want to do that because that's breaking my fortune telling rule, isn't it? And I don't like doing it. So, I want to ask this question in a way that gives Jacob a bit of power. So, what should Jacob's next steps be to ensure his luck is as good as possible? Should we do that? What should Jacob's next steps be to ensure that his luck is as good as possible? Interesting. Well, I did not expect that. I did not expect that. So, Jacob, you've got to keep going, my love, and you've got to keep being optimistic. Now, the Knight of Cups is a romantic mission. It's a vocation. So, whatever your luck appears to be, I think what we've got is the fact that you've just got to keep going with whatever it is that's driving you, whatever it is that fuels you, whatever it is that makes you happy about what you're doing. Keep doing it for that reason. Stay with the love of it. I didn't expect to see that card, and I think that's great, because stay with the love of it. Stay with it in your heart and carry on with it from that perspective. Do it for the love. And when you do it for the love, then I think then things will follow through. Maybe not quickly, but nevertheless, if you do it in the right energy, then better things will follow, Jacob. That's rather nice. Isn't that lovely? I really like that. Do it for the love. Do it for what's in your heart. Do it because you love it. And serve it, Jacob. That's really important, you know, because this feels sort of artistic, doesn't it? It feels sort of aspirational. And you know what kills most aspirational artistic journeys is wanting the path to support you before the path is ready to do so. And I think you've got to serve the path. And you're going to have to serve the path for as long as it wants you to do it, my love, because it's a hard task, mistress. But basically, she'll pay you back sooner or later. But it's not about luck. It's about the energy in which you're doing this. And if you're doing it in an energy that says, oh, my luck is really bad and nothing is happening and this is terrible and I just always lose, then that is going to perpetuate. So you've got to change your mindset. You've got to change and change the way you look at it. You're in service of the path, and your job is to do it for the right reasons. Interesting. I hope we like that. I think that was really an interesting little one to end on. I rather like it. I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's live, and I'm feeling a bit more human than I was last week. Thank goodness. I will see you all again next week, hopefully. Let's see where we are. Check in with the channel. On the 1st, we go live with the monthly reading, which is where I take the temperature of the month ahead. Now, I know it's a group reading. It's not a personal group. You'll be amazed. Karen A always makes me laugh in this. It's like I'm just reading for Karen A personally. Karen A is the poster child of every monthly reading. I think she bombs my monthly readings. But basically, it's taking the temperature of the all-pervading energy of the month, of what will be the sort of the dominant energy in the month, and it gives us instruction as to what we should lean into and what we should turn away from, what will block us. And then there is also a message from Spirit at the end. So it's not like reading your stars. It's a bit of a sat nav. It's a bit of a guidance for us all. So please watch out for it. Please give it a watch and let me know if it let me know if it resonates with you. In the meantime, I'm going to love you and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you next week. Thank you then. Bye-bye. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I didn't have my friend John on the call today. He does that for me because he's a star and I didn't do it. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please like, and please just join in, because we do some good work on this channel and it will be great to keep the energy moving. All right, guys. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.